What's up, guys? Pyromaniac 720 here, and I have for you today a couple more battles from the ORAS in-game battle spot doubles ladder. Using a new team today with Mega Alakazam, Greninja, Swampert, Hydreigon, and Ambipom. So quite the mix of Pokemon. Mega Alakazam, something I've messed with a few times on Showdown, and it's kind of fun. You know, it hits hard. It's pretty fast. I mean, it's frail, but you know, it gets the job done occasionally. I do think it actually is a pretty viable option as a dual Mega, as we see Ultra Poke from Italy with a 1706 rating. I've played her a few times actually the last few days, with a team of Hydreigon, Breloom, Landorus, Rotom Heat, Suicune, and Metagross. So I like my matchup here. The issue is I don't have any speed control on this team, which I just realized now. I did have Talonflame, but then I dropped it because I was like, what do I need Talonflame for? I think I'm going to lead Ambipom and Alakazam with Greninja in the back, and it's tough. I mean, Hydreigon's good because it's Scarfed. Bisharp's good because of Sucker Punch, but I think Hydreigon's going to be better for me. I'm actually surprised I don't see more Scarf Hydreigon because I think Scarf's really good. Because you know, especially if you run, I think a lot of Japanese people run Scarf HP Ice to pick up the KO on Lando, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know what could give me trouble on this team. I don't have a reliable way to take out Suicune, which could be annoying. But Suicune can't really hit me back too hard, which is nice. I should have no problem with Landorus. I should have no problem with Breloom. I shouldn't have any issues with Metagross, and I shouldn't have any issues with Hydreigon. So, and honestly, I think that Rotom Heat, although I don't have a way to reliably OHKO it, I can hurt it pretty good with a Draco Meteor. And I just outspeed it. I have Rock Slide on Greninja. It's a mixed Greninja with Ice Beam, Low Kick, and Rock Slide. Ambipom can outspeed and chunk it pretty hard. And Alakazam, I think, should do a pretty good chunk of damage to it, especially because I think most Rotom tend to be more physically defensive because of Rock Slides, so I think Psychic should do a huge chunk of damage. Alright, so we see Metagross and Breloom as my opponent's lead against Ambipom and Alakazam. So I'm fully anticipating a double protect here. There'd be no reason not to. So I'm actually going to immediately switch in Hydreigon, and I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam. Unfortunately, tracing either, so Alakazam of course has Trace when it Mega Evolves, and I don't really care about tracing Technician or Tough Claws, so that kind of sucks. Although I will Mega Evolve before the Metagross, so maybe I'll trace Clear Body, which again won't really matter. So Mega Alakazam with its 5 spoons on the field, and I trace Clear Body. Okay. Metagross Mega Evolves. We might see Metagross not Protect, because I can't really do much to it, although he might assume I carry Shadow Ball. So we see Protect from Breloom. Do we not see Protect from Metagross? We don't. Really good play by my opponent. I guess we're going to see an Iron Head into the Hydreigon. Wow. Actually a little... So I just realized my team is really, really fighting weak. I don't have a switch into this Mach Punch I'm about to take, which is slightly an issue. Although I think Ambipom can probably... Alright, I'm going to Dark Pulse the Breloom to break its Sash, and I'm actually going to disable the Metagross, so he can't Iron Head again. We do see the Mach Punch on the Hydreigon. Should KO it pretty easily, and it does. Let's see if the Metagross goes for a sub here. It does not. It goes for the Iron Head, so that works out really well for me. So I'm going to switch Ambipom back in. I think Ambipom will be a little better for me here. I'm going to fake out the Metagross again. I almost disabled the... Alright, anyway, I almost disabled the Breloom, which would have been nice because Mach Punch is what's going to be killing me right now, but didn't want Alakazam taking too much damage. I'm going to fake out the Metagross and just Dazzling Gleam. Metagross protects, so we see a double. It's going to be really frustrating if we don't. Alright, we do see a double. Okay, good. I'm actually very interested to see what my opponent is going to do here. I'm guessing we're going to see a Mach Punch on the Ambipom, probably a Zen Headbutt or a Sub from the Metagross, maybe Ice Punch, I don't know what it carries, but I'm going to return the Breloom and use Dazzling Gleam. Now Dazzling Gleam is easily going to... Alright, so we do see the Mach Punch. Will it take out Ambipom? Yes, it will. So, like I said, we're probably going to see Zen Headbutt, but maybe not. Brings it to Sash. Like I said, I mean, Dazzling Gleam from a base 170 Mon is going to do a ton of damage. And we do see the sub, so good move from my opponent. As Greninja takes the field. So, of course, Greninja is... Wow, and actually I realized that Bisharp in the team, too, is also fighting weak. So I probably should fix that a little bit. Maybe I'll run Scizor instead of Bisharp, but... I'm just going to low kick the Metagross and... Wait, who's faster? So my Alakazam is modest, so I don't know if it outspeeds Greninja. 191, 202. Uh-oh. Alright, well... I'm going to double into the Metagross with low kick and Psychic. Oh, actually... I'm going to protect the Greninja and disable the Mach Punch. Of course, my opponent's smart. They might just go for the Spore and Alakazam instead, or just protect the Breloom. Metagross protects, so maybe expecting the double into Metagross? Or maybe when I see don't protect a Scout. Oh, we do see the double. Damn. That sucks. Alright, so things about to get ugly here. I'm going to low kick the Metagross and just Dazzling Gleam again. Really nothing else I can do. And we do see the Mach Punch into Greninja. It's going to probably take it to its Sash. It does. Unfortunately, Dazzling Gleam is not going to break that sub. Hopefully we see an attack onto Alakazam and not Greninja. Because I think... I don't know, Alakazam's so frail. Probably can't take an Iron Head. I doubt it. But I mean, this should definitely break the sub. Especially because Metagross is the heaviest Pokemon in the game. Mega Metagross, at least. Iron Head comes out. Onto Alakazam. Should knock it out. And it does. So it all comes down to Greninja. Game 1 not looking too hot right now. Alright, well that's going to be game, because, of course, I'm assuming that thing is Scarfed. And it is. So it Rock Slides me for the win. Good game for my opponent. Well played. So that didn't go very well, but game 2 now. Hopefully we don't see any fighting type Pokemon from my opponent, or else things could go messy again. Yeah, so I have Bisharp, Ambipom, Greninja, and Hydreigon all fighting weak, so I'm probably going to switch that up a little. Probably switch to Scizor instead of Bisharp, and I don't know, maybe switch up Greninja, but I do really like Greninja. Taking a while to find an opponent here. We find Angelo from Italy. So back-to-back Italian players. They 1626 rating. And a team of, a fighting type. Bisharp, Mega Venusaur, Landorus, Zapdos, Heatran, and Terrakion. So we do see Terrakion here, but no priority fighting moves like Mach Punch, which, something like Conkeldurr and Breloom would cause a lot of problems with. But I think Terrakion's a little more manageable, especially considering the speed of my team. The question is, what's my opponent going to lead with? And I think it's probably going to be Zapdos with something. So I am going to lead Ambipom Hydreigon. I think that's going to give me a really good lead matchup against my opponent. Alakazam for sure in the back. And as for the last one, it's really tough. I mean, Greninja, I think Greninja's probably the play. Greninja, of course, can hit every Pokemon super effectively. Venusaur hits with Ice Beam, which is, technically super effective, but not really. But, I have Ice Beam Rock Slide for Zapdos, I have Low Kick for Terrakion and Heatran, I have Ice Beam for Lando, and I have Low Kick for Bisharp. So I think it just goes to show how amazing Greninja's move pool really is, that it's able to hit 6 out of 6 Pokemon of the team super effectively. It hits pretty hard too. I mean, it's got base like 103, and everything's a stab move, so you can't really complain about. I think Greninja should be used more. I'm actually really surprised it's not, because I think it's a really good Pokemon, but that's just me. I probably should click confirm. My bad. So, Angelo leads with Venusaur Bisharp, actually. Wow. Not the lead I was anticipating. Well, this is an interesting situation. Do I lead Alakazam? Do I switch in Greninja is the question. I think I don't, though. I'm actually going to fake out and Draco the Venusaur. I'm really anticipating a Protect from the Bisharp, and of course it is Mega as anticipated. It was a Pokemon on the team that could Mega Evolve. But I think Venusaur we might see not Protect. We do see Bisharp Protect. See Venus. I think the safe play here would be they'll Protect. I don't see any reason not to, and my opponent does. So good play by them. So now let's see. Does my opponent have anything in the back that can take a return in a Draco? And the answer is yes. He has Heatran. So I'm actually now going to double target the Bisharp with a Draco and a return, which should easily knock it out. Honestly, I think Dragon Pulse might have been a better play to go for in the beginning, because Dragon Pulse, of course, can easily, paired with return, can easily knock out the Bisharp. But I think we're going to see the Heatran switch in, so, and we do, perfect. So this Bisharp should be going down here. Bisharp Sucker Punches, probably Ambipom. Does Ambipom survive? Ooh, 7 HP, nice. So Draco coming off hot into Hydreigon. Does a huge chunk of damage. That's not even specs. Like that's Scarf. And return knocks out Bisharp. Awesome. Alright, so I think now the goal is I need to get Hydreigon out, because Hydreigon is really important in this matchup. And I have Greninja in the back. So that's the issue with this team, is it's so frail. I have no good switches. This Terrakion comes in for my opponent. I really want to use knockoff on it, but so like I said, the issue here is I don't really have a switch in to these two. I'm going to switch in Greninja. Although Greninja is really important. I think I'm just going to spam away with Hydreigon. So I'm going to knock off the Heatran, and I'm just going to Draco the Terrakion. And hopefully Ambipom goes down this turn so I can just kind of sack it. So Draco gets off without a hitch. Should do probably over 50% to Terrakion, I'd assume. Oh, just under 50. Okay, not bad. Knock off onto Heatran. Takes out the Shucker Berry, which is good. Close combat. On a Hydreigon's going to knock it out. Perfectly fine with me. So I'm really loving my position right now. Alright, good. As long as Heat Wave hits, I love my position. So, glad that Ambipom's gone, because now I get a free switch into Alakazam and Greninja. And I believe Alakazam's base 130, right? Before Mega Evolution, and I'm modest, so I should outspeed Terrakion here. I'm pretty sure I do, because I know that Salamence at 120 barely underspeeds with the neutral nature. So I'm just going to low kick the Heatran. And let me just make sure I outspeed summary. 172. Oh, I don't. Oh, wow. 172 is not fast. Alright, new plan. I'm going to double protect so I can get my speed boost, and then outspeed everything. And also, I like seeing that the Heatran has a Shucker Berry, because I assume that means that it doesn't have Substitute, which is nice. And then next turn, I can just Psychic the Terrakion and low kick the Heatran. And I trace Flash Fire, which is actually hilarious. Because now I can't get hurt by Heatran. Or at least not by its Heat Waves, which is nice. You see a close combat into Greninja and a Heat Wave into both my Pokemon, which of course, like I said, wouldn't matter. So I'm just going to low kick the Heatran, and I'm going to Psychic the Terrakion, and that, like I said, should be pretty easy double KO. I don't really envision... I know Terrakion won't survive, and I really highly doubt Heatran survives. Alright, so that's 1 KO. Greninja low kicking. Comes a fighting type. And he KO'd Heatran. Perfect. So, of course, with Mega Venusaur on the back, this one's all but over because I can just Psychic and Rock Slide for the KO. So, I'm just gonna Ice Beam, just play it safe. And Psychic. Let's see if Psychic is actually... I assume it's going to Oko Venusaur. It actually does. Wow. That's a lot of power. So, lose the first one, get a little more used to the team, and win the second one. The team's just so fast, and it's all fast Pokemon that hit really hard, so as long as I can avoid Mach Punches and Sucker Punches and stuff like that, I'm going to be in really good shape. And I actually think I have time for one more video, or one more battle, so I'm going to hop into that. It's only been 18.5 minutes. But yeah, like I said, I think Mega Alakazam could definitely be a very viable second Mega because it's really good on a lot of teams. I think Psychic typing is pretty good because there's a lot of fighting types. You do see the occasional Venusaur, and it's got really good coverage moves. It gets Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam. As we see, Eric from the UK with a 1692 rating. Like I said, it gets a lot of awesome moves, so I really don't see why I don't see it more. You even look at this matchup. I have Dazzling Gleam to hit the Scrafty and the Bisharp, and I have Psychic for the Amoonguss, so I'm already in pretty good shape. But I'm going to lead Ambipom and Bisharp with Alakazam in the back, and see, this is tough because Swampert does well against... I don't know. I remember actually bringing Greninja, so I actually have a reliable way to take out the Kang. Alright, so I think the Suicune's going to be an issue. I think I might switch out Swampert for maybe Rotom Wash. I think the Electric typing would be nice. And I need to find something that's not going to get wrecked by Breloom. I want to keep Ambipom. Hydreigon I could replace. I could replace it with maybe something like, I don't even know. Maybe a Lati. I don't know. Maybe Latios or something. But I'm not really sure. I'll figure it out. So we do see Kangaskhan Suicune for my opponent. So I'm fully anticipating a fake out Tailwind play from the Suicune, but I really want to knock out this Kangaskhan. But I also don't want Tailwind to go up. So what do I have in the back? I have Alakazam and Greninja. So of course the issue is I fake out Suicune, then Bisharp gets faked out. And I really can't switch out Bisharp because Alakazam and Greninja do not want to take fake outs from Kangaskhan. So I'm kind of forced to choose, do I want Tailwind to go up or do I want to just... Yeah, so I'm actually going to double target the Kangaskhan. I think that's my best play. The worst case scenario would be if this Kangaskhan has Protect. And it does not, so... Both moves do a nice chunk to the Kangaskhan, almost knocking it out. And we are going to see Tailwind go up, no surprise. So, just gotta stall out 3 turns of Tailwind and I will be fine. I'm going to return the Kangaskhan and just protect Bisharp. I'm really hoping this is Double Edge Kang, because that way if it targets Ambipom, it just knocks itself out, which would be fine with me. And then I get a free switch in. So Kangaskhan suckers. Oh, so suckers expecting me to sucker probably. Are we going to see the oh, crit? Are we going to see a double target into Ambipom? Oh, we were not. Perfect. So that turn worked out really nicely for me. So my opponent's own Bisharp is actually going to come out here. I'm going to knock off. And I'm going to Sucker Punch the Suicune. So he's not going to Sucker Punch, actually. And we are going to see a knockoff onto my Bisharp. Probably a double target would be my guess. Suicune Scalds into Bisharp. And I'm going to feint this turn to burn damage. So it looks like I knocked off his Life Orb, probably. Yeah, I mean Focus Sash, not Life Orb. Alright, so... Like I said, this gives me a free switch into Alakazam, which is awesome. So I'm going for the return on Suicune. I'm just going to Mega Evolve and protect myself. Ideally, so the interesting move, so this is why I have Disable on Alakazam, because Bisharp goes for the Sucker Punch, it fails, and I disable it on that turn. So it's kind of risky if he doesn't go for the Sucker Punch. I assume he's going to knock off this turn. I think that would make the most sense from him. Because he outspeeds, he should outspeed. He definitely does. As I trace Defiant, which doesn't matter. I would have rather trace Pressure so I can get rid of some Sucker Punches, but I'm assuming we're going to see a Scald into Ambipom as well. We do see the knockoff in Alakazam. And we see the rest from Suicune. Wow. Wish I had knocked off the Suicune. So I'm guessing it has Chesto Berry. And it does. Interesting play there for my opponent. And Tailwind peters out. So Does my opponent protect Bisharp or Sucker Punch? And I think he's going to Sucker Punch, so I'm going to disable. He goes for the Sucker. Perfect. Unfortunately, my opponent will get the Tailwind up. So that's kind of the downside of that play. There's really nothing I can do there. Oh, man. So I'm going to return the Suicune, although I'm going to feint to damage anyway, and I'm just going to send in Greninja. I need to get rid of this Bisharp because that's what's threatening my Alakazam right now. Gonna knock off my Focus Sash. It does a lot of damage. Scald, I'm guessing into Ambipom, as it does. So, going to send an Alakazam. And I Trace Defiant again. So, things are not looking good right now. Definitely a little Bisharp weak. I might add a Breloom of my own, to be honest. I'm just going to protect with Alakazam and low kick the Bisharp. Although, if my opponent's smart, probably just double target Greninja. Oh, Bisharp just protects. That's actually an even better play. Very smart play by my opponent. Alright, so I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam and low kick and hope for the best. Yeah, definitely, like I said, the Suicune's caused me issues because I don't have a way to really hit it hard. And we just get a knockoff into Alakazam. I don't think Scald will knock me out. Oh, it knocked me out. Is that a crit? Huh, that was weird. Well, anyway, so I went 1 and 2 today with the Alakazam team. Definitely need to make some changes because did not realize how weak it was to fighting. So I'll definitely make those changes and hopefully things will look a little better tomorrow. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and until next time, guys, bye.